Based on this clear need to post-heat, here are the areas that should be post-heated on vehicles, with the main rule of thumb being on any area where the film was taken close to or past 10% stretch. Door handle cups, as well as compound curves on bumpers. Wheel areas if the material was fed completely inside. Deep recessed areas, especially if the film was bridged and formed in. Mirrors are critical areas since they receive so much direct sunlight, as well as severe compound curves on fenders, front and back, as well as raised areas on gas caps and tight compound curves commonly found on back fender areas. As essential as post-heating is to the wrapping process, key steps are required beforehand. First off, choosing the right film, as this will help reduce tension on critical areas. Second, using the proper install techniques that will help keep the wrap film below or close to 10%. In this case, applying the recessed areas first and the flat second. With Avery Dennison film, it's important to go over the critical areas after applying right away with heat and pressure. This will start the adhesive flow and help ensure a long-term hold. Keep in mind that this is not post-heating, simply warming the film. The proper post-heating temperature for the majority of Avery Dennison wrap films is between 175 and 195 degrees Fahrenheit. The laser should always follow the heat source, and the angle of the handheld IR thermometer should be at a 45-degree angle from the heat gun in order to get the most accurate reading. It's critical to be very thorough during this process and make sure that the temperature is above 185 degrees Fahrenheit the entire time. A good tip, especially for beginners, is to apply a large section with a scrap like this on a recessed door. Post-heat the critical areas, remove it, and try to trigger the memory effect. If it holds its shape, then it's been properly post-heated, which helps provide a clear example of the process and its importance in avoiding costly reinstalls. Two critical tips for the post-heating process are: 1. Never let the laser lead the heat source, as this will create an inaccurate reading. And 2. With Avery Dennison wrap film, the installer needs to wait 30 minutes but no longer than 12 hours to post-heat. Post-heating too quickly can expand any air trapped underneath the film, which can cause it to burst through the surface. Therefore, a good tip is to apply the critical 10% stretch areas first, warm them, then work on other areas of the vehicle. Come back after 30 minutes, then post-heat. This will give the adhesive time to set up and the air to dissipate. Keep in mind that for severe compound curves commonly found on mirrors, a good way to stay close to 10% is to wrap in multiple pieces. Also, the focus of the post-heating should be on all stretched edges and, for extra safety, on the areas in the middle as well. This will help significantly reduce the memory effect even further. Also, it's very important to note that for all overlaps, the post-heating temperature needs to be around 220 degrees Fahrenheit. This is to ensure that the base layer reaches the minimum of 185 degrees Fahrenheit. This is especially critical to note for overlaps on recessed areas commonly found on vans.